and for the fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Dateline, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where an SFL Sunday quadruple header is about to roar to life in the Greenwood District. Two key teams coming into the season 15 looking for redemption and stability clash today at Greenwood District Stadium as the London Knights make the trek across the Atlantic Ocean to face off against the Tulsa Desperados. Hello and a very warm welcome. I'm your play-by-play commentator Michael Turillo, and joined in the booth today on a magnificent Sunday afternoon by Robert Garrett Jr. Robert, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you as well, Turillo. I'm looking forward to some exciting football today. Both these teams struggled last season, looking to start off on the right foot.
That's back from a combined 7 wins between the two teams last year. And they're going to be going head-to-head in the heartland of America this afternoon, getting a look at Espin Royale there on the sideline for Tulsa. He captains the team today alongside their quarterback, Deacon Nickens. We'll have all the rosters for you right after we get the kickoff going. And we're just about to get ready for the coin toss. Let's head down to the field.
Yeah, and it'll be a very exciting matchup today to see the new pieces at defensive back for the Desperados go up against the new pieces for the London Knights and their rookie wide receivers.
Looks like the Tulsa Desperados will get the ball first, as we are just about set to go. First of 4 SFL games for your Sunday enjoyment. We are on 11 Sports and for the fans throughout the afternoon and evening. So we're just about ready to go here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The kicker for Tulsa, Lonzy Champion, has the ball on the tee. He has his hand in the air. The whistle blows and it's game on between the Desperados and the Knights from the 2-yard line. Here comes the return out to the 20 and down at the 25. Returning the kicks today for London is their wide receiver, Dustin Zeck. Here is the London offense. Their quarterback is Angus McLean, who also is co-captain of the team today. Fox Highwind and Vin Kalia, the other co-captain, are the wide receivers, along with Justin Zeck, who we just saw return that kick. Running back is Robert Merrill with Iggy Swift, the fullback. Benji Matson and Dayton Rhodes are the tight ends. On first down, here's McLean. A pitch out to the far side. Here's Merrill. Breaks one tackle. Tries to spin away from the second. And will pick up 7 yards up to the 32-yard line. And Robert, when you look at this London offense, there's a lot of question marks with a lot of rookies on this squad.
Yeah, and the other question mark is obviously halfback Robert Merrill. Hasn't played running back since season 12, so it'll be interesting to see how they game plan around him and how they look to use him.
He used as a wide out back when he was with the Alaska and then Florida Storm. 2nd down and 3 offset high. Here's a handoff running right side into the teeth of the defense, and a nice tackle made at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Let's run you through the Tulsa defense. Up front, we've got Chris Andrews and Berto Demora at defensive end. Jaden Swift and KT Slayer at defensive tackle. Linebackers is Captain Espin Royale and DJ Majesty. Nate Heslep, Cameron Shaw, and Mo Austin man the quarterback spots, and the safeties are Ezekiel Love and Kane Vasquez. Now 3rd down and 3. London going right to left of this first half. Power I formation, and grabbed and dropped behind the line of scrimmage is Robert Merrill as that run goes nowhere.
Yeah, and London's
DJ Majesty picks up his first tackle for loss.
London's got to look to get creative with Robert Merrill. Having the experience playing running back, they can actually use him out of the backfield, running quick wheel routes and things like that, get him open a little bit easier, and they might not have to face a whole lot of situations like this.
A quick 3-and-out for the Knights. Phil Hunter punts the ball away. And a nice stutter step to get by one. A broken tackle up past the 40 and down at the 45-yard line. An excellent return for Gabriel Manning, who is a wide receiver. And there he is. He is the biggest story of this game after he came over from London in the offseason, we do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, and Gabriel Manning last season felt a little bit snubbed. Just they couldn't figure out a way to get him going on offense. Lowest in his career in receiving yards, but actually with the 8 touchdowns, set a career high for receiving touchdowns. So there was a little bit of good that came out of it, but he's ready to get going and be a desperado.
After the penalty, we'll move the Desperados back, so they will start at their own 28-yard line. Offset eye behind Deacon Dickens, who is their quarterback. I'll run down the rest of the lineup after this first play. Handoff right up the middle to Sanzo Robinson. He's got plenty of room, and he'll pick up 8, make that 9 yards to the 37-yard line. Here's the rest of the Tulsa offense. Deacon Dickens is their quarterback. Sanzo Robinson is the running back. Corey Jones, Gabriel Manning, and DJ Hume are the wide receivers. Anthony Mosley is at tight end, and Michael Potter and Finley James are up front on the offensive line. Second down and 1. I formation, 3 receivers to aim at for Nickens if he so chooses. 4-man rush. Sanzo Robinson runs right through it and breaks a tackle past the 40 and gets up to the 43-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Desperados. Here is the London Knights defense. Defensive line, Joe Duncan, Eric Surrett, William Davidson, and Zach Turner. Linebackers, Jeff Gagne and Telemax Scarborough. Corners, Tanner Hendricks and Brandon Ewing. And safeties, Devin Say, Marcus Reed, and Jack Russell. Handoff middle, Robinson. He's got the bulk of the carry so far, and he continues to put the team on his back up past the 50 and down to the London 47-yard line. Another 9-yard run for Robinson.
And London's got to look to attack the Desperados on the run game. They sit back and wait. They're not going to get much going because, as you pointed out, Tulsa has 2-star offensive linemen, and they're going to get the push needed for Sanzo Robinson.
It was very much the trend this offseason with multiple teams signing multiple offensive linemen. Here's a delayed handoff, and that time Robinson couldn't get out of the backfield. Tackle for loss there for the Knights. It's going to be 3rd and 3 as Telemax Scarborough picks up his first tackle of the season.
And something huge happened there for the Knights. Finley James actually got pushed backwards a little bit and caused a collision with Sanzo Robinson, slowed him down, let the Knights come in and make the tackle.
We could see a pass here from Deacon Dickens on 3rd and 3. Instead, it's going to be another I formation handoff, and Sanzo Robinson, paying dividends for the hometown team right now, powers his way to another first down.
Yeah, the Desperados looking to get the ground game going early. They know that even though there's experience on this London Knights defense, most of them are second-year seasoned players. So looking to take advantage of that youth and attack as much as they can.
7 players on the London Knights in their second season and hoping to gain some progression and propel this Knights team forward. Here's a first pass of the game down the field, and it's knocked away from Corey Jones, who was streaking down the sideline. Jack Russell was there to break it up, 2nd and 10.
And that was great defense by Jack Russell, able to get out there, get his hands on the ball, and put it into the ground. Make sure Corey Jones didn't get downfield, because had he caught that, there was a good chance it was in the end zone.
The main theme for London Knights teams in the past has been transition. Every season it seems like they're breaking it down and restarting, but this season a bit of stability for the team from across the pond as Robinson loses a yard as the offensive line couldn't create the hole there. William Davidson got through for his first tackle. Davidson, a very impressive season last year for London, was 2nd in total sacks behind Jeff Duffy, and in tackles for loss, that's 17 sacks and 28 tackles for loss. He's 2nd in both categories.
Yeah, and he's going to be the key player for this London Knights defense today. Got to get a push on the offensive line and make sure Deacon Nickens and Robinson are uncomfortable.
3rd and 11, and it's an airmail for an interception. Nickens was looking down the field for Manning, but it was right into the arms of Tanner Hendricks, the longtime Jacksonville King and then Arizona Scorpion. First season in London Knights colors, and he comes up with a pick there.
And the London sidelines got to be celebrating and smiling at that one. They look to get a shot downfield to Gabriel Manning early, but Tanner Hendricks read that one all the way. An easy pickoff for him.
And for fans here at Greenwood District Stadium, an interception, an all too common sight, as Deacon Dickens had the most in the league last year with 42, but the Knights are back on offense. Here's Merrill out of the backfield on a pitch and catch, and you can see why. He was a star wide receiver for the Florida Storm for all those years. He's got great speed.
And that was what I was talking about on their previous drive. Robert Merrill has the ability to run really good routes. So if they can take advantage of that and use him out of the backfield, it's a major mismatch.
Just plenty of running room after the play for Merrill. As a wide receiver last year, last played running back in season 12 with the Storm, but last year through the air, he caught 665 yards and a receiving touchdown in South Florida. Tulsa stacking the box on 1st and 10 for the 44-yard line, 7 in it, with 3 receivers to aim at for McLean. They rush 5, and McLean hits as he throws, and it's almost intercepted. Is that ball caught? Yes, it is! Vin Kalia with the sliding grab to move London into Tulsa territory for the first time this afternoon.
And Vin Kalia, big opportunity for the Knights this season. Played as their number 3 receiver last season, came in a little bit late to the team, but now getting his chance to shine as the number 1 guy, and he proves it there with that catch.
The only receiver on this roster with previous SFL experience as that ball is over the middle and knocked away by DJ Majesty, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Angus McLean is glad that DJ Majesty doesn't have the hands, because that ball was thrown directly to him, and he caught that ball. There was going to be some trouble with the big man running the other way.
We could see a lot of turnovers in this game because McLean last season was no stranger to the interception either. He threw 26 picks. Linebackers playing well back of a 4-man front for Tulsa. 5:12 to go, first quarter, no score. McLean hits, he throws, but he completes the ball to the far sideline. And Fox Highwind makes his first contribution in a Major League SFL uniform. Had a big day, or a big season rather, in the inaugural SFL minor league season earlier this year when he played for the Boise Mud Dogs.
Fox Highwind used to playing running back, but able to get lined up out wide for the Knights and go out and catch some balls at receiver.
Nice pitch and catch over the middle there. Another first down for the Knights. This is a much more efficient drive than their opening offering, as a catch is made by Benji Matson. That's his first SFL Major League catch from the tight end.
Yeah, and the Knights have been known to go to their tight ends in the past as much as they can, known to have historically good tight ends, and drafting Benji Matson looks like they're on check to do the same once again.
We've been reminded by multiple people now, it is Fox Highwind's birthday on his SFL debut, so it's a pretty special day all around for Mr. Highwind. Here's running back Robert Merrill, crunched to the backfield and dropped. And he will lose a yard back to the 23.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to run against the Desperados. A very solid pair of linebackers there in Espen Royale and DJ Majesty. And Majesty was there to meet Robert Merrill at right behind the line of scrimmage.
Deep drop from McLean. Again hit as he throws, and it's knocked away from the intended receiver, Vin Kalia, at the 5-yard line. Nate Heslep covered him all the way. It's 3rd down at 11. And I've noticed early that Angus McLean, while he hasn't been officially sacked yet, he has been taking some shots here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and that's going to be one they talk about in the huddle for sure. Angus got hit as he threw the ball and still threw a dart. Vin Kalia had the chance to catch it, but just wasn't able to pull it in. And it's probably one that they wish they had back.
3rd and 11. Pressure on the arm of McLean now against the 4-man rush. Steps into the pocket, rolls and throws, and it's a first down. A fantastic catch in double coverage by Fox Highwind to move the chains to the 12-yard line.
Angus, yet again, was facing pressure on that play. Had to kind of step back and throw that ball off of his foot. And luckily, Fox Highwind was there and ready to get the catch. Pulls it in and gets a good first down for the Knights, and they're marching downfield.
McLean hit immediately as his offensive line went out to lunch, but somehow still completes the ball for a 4-yard gain down the middle to Dayton Rhodes. Can we talk about the poise of Angus McLean on this drive in his 3rd SFL season? He looks like he's aged about 10 years from a mentality standpoint from last year, just in this offseason.
Yeah, Angus looks like he's poised and ready to take hits every time the ball gets snapped, but he doesn't care. He's going to find that open receiver and hit his man.
Now inside the red zone for the first time at the 8-yard line. Here's a handoff to Merrill up the middle, looking for a lane. Powers his way down to the 5, and will finally be brought down to the 4. Majesty in on the tackle as well as Jaden Swift. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and Robert Merrill did something very smart there as a ball carrier. He stayed behind his blockers, waited till he found an opening to squeeze himself through and push ahead, and gained a couple extra yards on that play that he might not have gotten otherwise.
Inside the 5, 3rd and 2 at the 4. It's McLean to throw, pitches it to the end zone, wide open, touchdown! London Knights are on the board first, and it's the birthday boy, Fox Highwind, with his first SFL tally.
And there's got to be no greater feeling than that. Catch a touchdown to go up 7-0 on your birthday. That's a big thing for the rookie. Congratulations.
Sure, the London coaching staff really worked on this drive while they were on the sideline, while Tulsa was on the field, because from going 3 and out really quickly to a nice long drive spanning most of the first quarter, get on the board, it's a big transition.
Yeah, and the Knights leading early in this game is huge for them. If their defense can continue to play solid and cover Deacon Nickens and make sure he can't make the throws he needs to, they're going to be set up well in the long run.
Extra point up and good. 2 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's London 7, Tulsa nothing. Back to Greenwood District Stadium in a moment. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Greenwood District Stadium, where the London Knights just took a 7-0 lead over the Tulsa Desperados. 2:18 to go first quarter. I'm Michael Trevello. Alongside me is Robert Garrett Jr. And in the stats truck today, we have Rochelle Colson and Tom Robin keeping us up to date with all the information we need to keep our broadcast running smoothly. Manning down at the 25-yard line. And these teams have only played twice before, but both of those games were barn burners, especially the first one.
Yeah, Tulsa's been able to go into London 2 times in this series history and pull out the win. So this is a big game for them. First time hosting them at home, and they want to continue that streak.
To rally from a early 7-0 deficit here as Nickens stands under center, hands the ball off to Robinson. He's got a nice hole to run through, and he's going to get almost a first down. Referees say he's just about a half a yard short, averaging 5 yards a carry. And down to the bottom of your screen there are your quarterback comparisons. McLean 8 for 10, 72 yards and a score. Nickens currently 0 for 2, but there's still a lot of time left in this ball game.
Yeah, Deacon Nickens struggling early as he did last season. Meanwhile, Angus McLean looks like a whole new quarterback, throwing the ball all over the field. Got it to 5 different Knights players in the last drive.
This delayed handoff there, Robinson up the middle to the 40-yard line. He's really been the big story for Tulsa and how they've gotten more production out of him early on.
Yeah, Sonzo Robinson early on in this game, 8 attempts for 40 yards, averaging 5 yards per carry. Just getting the ball downfield for the Desperados, doing what he can to keep drives alive.
Single back is Robinson, 3 receivers to aim at. Against the 7-man front, 4-man rush, lob down the field, and a triple coverage is knocked up in the air, and eventually will hit the turf. It was aiming for Corey Jones. That's the second time they've gone for that go route down the field to Corey.
Yeah, and the Knights have gotten Corey Jones locked down so far in this game. They got to look to try to get the ball spread out more. Added 2 new receivers, Gabriel Manning, one we already talked about, and then DJ Hume as well. Got to see if they can get those guys going if Corey Jones is shut down.
Neither has a target to this point, but on 2nd and 10, they've gone 4 wide. So we'll see if Nickens can complete his first pass of the game. The lefty fires deep down the field. It's tipped in the air and incomplete again. Just a straight go route into the safeties, and it was knocked away by the veteran Marquise Reed.
And it looked like that one may have gone to DJ Hume. As we were just talking about, the coach is talking to Deacon Nickens, telling him, spread the ball around. Find your guy, because you can't just keep going to the same spot. Unfortunately, that time London continued to lock down the passing game, and now facing a 3rd and 10.
Quickly 3rd and 10 as well. Nickens back to pass. Plenty of time. Fires the middle, and it is caught this time in tight coverage into London territory at the 46-yard line. That's Gabriel Manning, and the first completed pass of the day for the Tulsa Desperados.
And when in doubt, you get the ball to that guy, the big guy in Tulsa now, and able to find an opening in that London defense, get a quick first down, and maybe bring a little bit of confidence to Deacon Nickens.
Now, I'm going to raise a question to you, Robert, in just a second after this 1st and 10 for the 46. Offset eye, Nickens under center, single receiver spread out to the far side. Delayed handoff Robinson, and he'll barrel through 1 tackle and pick up 4. Do you think this is a tough first matchup for Gabriel Manning as a member of the Tulsa Desperados, because all of these safeties and corners were his teammates last season, or at least most of them? So, after a full season of practicing with these guys, is it harder to maybe change stuff up and maybe get by people who know you very well?
Yeah, I think it probably is a difficult task, but at the same time, these SFL receivers are working in the offseason, changing things up and seeing what they can do. So I think it's a challenge Gabe accepts.
We have hit the end of the first quarter. Night 7, Desperados still looking for an answer, but they have the ball when we come back to Greenwood District Stadium after this. Michael Torello and Robert Garrett Jr. in the booth in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After 1 quarter, it's night 7. Desperados nothing. Opening game for both of these two teams in the season 15 of the Simulation Football League. Nickens under pressure, rolls out, goes down. Back at midfield, first sack of the ball game for William Davidson, and first sack of the season as well for the big man up front for the Knights.
Yeah, and as I touched on earlier, that's going to be one of the big matchups for the Desperados offensive line. Finley James and Michael Potter both just have to work to keep William Davidson shut down, or else that's going to happen all game, and then they're in trouble.
And a punt on 4th and 13. Punting the ball away is Ismaila Farouk, and that ball is down inside the 15 and up to the 17, and London will have the ball back up 7-0. If you're new to the Simulation Football League and you're watching for the first time, we are a controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Power eye, but they'll throw out of it. Here's to the far side. Merrill can't turn the corner and loses 2 yards.
Yeah, Robert Merrill's got to watch and know where the sideline is. Had the chance to get 3 or 4 yards on that play, but not able to keep himself to the field side of the sideline and goes out of bounds a little early.
We have 22 teams spread out all over the globe, 4 countries, as we got one of our international squads, the London Knights, on tap for you today. Second and 12, handoff, Merrill, strong side left, and he will be chased down from behind. Nice closing speed there by Espen Royale, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
And that was a great 4-yard run by Robert Mail to replace the yards that they just lost on that previous play. But now London facing a 3rd and 8, still a little behind on the chains. Got to look to get Angus McLean throwing the ball again here.
He was successful spreading the ball around on their touchdown drive in the last quarter. Changes the play at the line, drops back to pass, pressure in his face, gets the ball out there. It's a bit of a wobbly one, but it is caught. Short of the 1st down, however, by 3 yards is the receiver Dustin Zeck. It'll be 4th and 3 at the 24. The punting unit will come out again.
Yeah, Dustin Zeck did the best that he could there to try and get the 1st down, but a quick speed out when you're looking at 8 yards is going to be really hard to get, as you got to make the cut back upfield, and by that time the defenders are coming down on you.
And on almost every play, pressure in the face of Angus McLean. Manning to the Tulsa 44, still looking for some answers. As you can see, the community poll all in favor of the Desperados, that they've got all of the fan support, but none of the points so far.
Yeah, you know, it shows Tulsa 2-0 all-time versus London, never hosted the game on their field. So you would think that they're going to keep this streak going, and that the home field crowd's going to be into it and get them going. But so far, really offensively, it's been all London.
Nickens in the pocket, fires down the middle, deflected and incomplete, looking for Corey Jones again. 80% of the Tulsa snaps have gone to Sanzo Robinson. He has been the bulk of their offense so far, with a really good job by the London secondary to shut down this dangerous receiving core for the Desperados.
Yeah, and that last play is kind of weird to me. It seemed like Corey Jones kind of just stopped running his route. Didn't seem quite as interested on making a play on the ball there, and it fell to the ground. So now facing a 2nd and 10, and I'm sure the coach is going to talk to him later.
Here's an underneath route, and that is Buffalo Marshall, the fullback, who took that one for a gain of 6. And I think that's what Tulsa really need to start doing more often, is things like this. You don't have to go for 30, 40 yards every play.
Yeah, and that was great coverage there by the rookie inside linebacker, Jeff Gagne, picked 21st in the 1st round, able to make a play, get to the fullback quickly, and stop him from getting any more than 6 yards.
Now a 3rd and 4, ball barely resting on the London side of the 50-yard line, as the Desperados go right to left in this quarter. Nickens back pass, fires deep down the field, and behind the defense of the 20, to the 15, 10, makes a tackle, and he is down at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal, and that is the explosive speed of Gabriel Manning.
Yeah, and Gabriel Manning turns around and flexes on his former defense. You know, they had the chance to make a couple plays there, but the safety jumps too quickly. A couple guys missed tackles, and now Tulsa's knocking on the door of the end zone, ready to go.
And that is what happens in this feast or famine Tulsa offense. Sometimes you feast and get big plays like that from arguably the biggest play man, Gabriel Manning. Now 1st and goal with a running back who's been dominant so far today. Robinson walks into the end zone, touchdown Tulsa! And we are an extra point away from tying this game.
And Sanzo Robinson there dancing by himself, but really he should be celebrating with that offensive line. Those big guys up front got a big push, opened a wide open hole in the middle for him to walk up into.
The reason we are talking about Gabriel Manning so much is he took down the largest wide receiver contract in the league by far this offseason. So, you know, every time he is in the game, you just wait for him to do something fantastic just like that.
Yeah, and then the other obvious storyline is, having come from London last season, having what he felt was a disappointing season, he wants to get things going quick against his former team.
We are knotted up at 7, Desperados and Knights, halfway through the 2nd quarter. We'll be back to Greenwood District Stadium in a moment. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Littlewood Robert Garrett Jr. on the broadcast for you this afternoon. The Tulsa Desperados and the London Knights knotted up at 7:56 to go second quarter from Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Knights back on the ball. Nice return, spin move up near the 30. Down officially to the 29. There goes Dustin Zeck. An important part, Robert, of this Tulsa defense is their linebacking core. Espen Royale and DJ Majesty, both longtime veterans of the Simulation Football League, putting their tackling skills to work in Tulsa this season.
Yeah, these guys have been working together for a couple seasons now, and it's really shown. One with 140 total tackles last season and one with 105. They're just all over the field making plays for the Desperados.
Oh, nice jump cut by Merrill as he gets about 10 more yards than he probably should have on that play up to the London 44. Nice best run of the day, I should say, for Merrill as you get a quick running back comparison there between him and Sanzo Robinson.
Yeah, Robert Merrill looks like he may have finally shaken off the little bit of rust he had from playing receiver for so long. Gets a nice cut and able to fight ahead, get a first down, and a little bit more.
An interesting fact about DJ Majesty, this is the 5th SFL team he has played for. He's played for Houston on 2 separate occasions. Alaska, Carolina, Tulsa, and Las Vegas. Los Angeles. So he's been around a while. Here's a deep throw from McClain. It's picked off. Now each quarterback has thrown an interception of the first pick of the year for Kane Vasquez as that ball was in the area of Vin Kalia.
And Kane Vasquez just goes up there and pulls that ball right out of the air. Vin Kalia showing a little bit of frustration, goes low on Vasquez, takes him down to the ground, but the Desperados have the ball once again, and you got to think momentum's starting to swing their way.
Tulsa back on the ball, tie game, 7 minutes 12 to go in the second quarter. At their own 33-yard line, a tight end heavy set to the right. Nickens back to pass, throws to the left deep down the field, and it's got his man. It's Gabriel Manning into London territory and more. Down to the London 37-yard line and a touchdown, saving tackle there by Marquise Reed.
And it looks like early where Deacon Nickens was used to throwing to Corey Jones from last season, he's finally found Gabriel Manning able to get the ball to him, and they're working together well.
2 straight catches of 30-plus yards for Manning, one to set up the touchdown of the previous drive, and now this one to open this Tulsa drive. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Offset eye with a single receiver out to the left. That's Manning. Sanzo right through the defense, and he will get 6 yards up to the 31-yard line. Quick shout-outs to the people in chat at twitch.tv/FTFnext. Espen Royale is in there. Flash 2500 is there. Cameron Curtis, Slin Shady, Minson Mind, Warhammer 62, Packer Fred, the Brown Knight, Hike the Earth, D-Day 54, Rosca, Bad Nasty, and everybody else watching on FTF Next. Here's Sanzo Robinson again, close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. If you want to get in and talk to the players on the field, the owners of these teams, the staff of the league, and just fans of the league, could hop on over to twitch.tv/FTF Next to join in on the fun. And it really is the best way to experience an SFL game.
Oh yeah, it's so fun being in that chat, interacting with everybody, and just having a whole bunch of fun together.
3rd and 1. No Robinson this time. Nickens across the middle. Manning wide open on an underneath route. 1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line. So a really big swing of momentum here. A quick touchdown and interception, and then Tulsa's right back knocking on the door.
Yeah, and the huge thing that Tulsa has been doing on this drive especially is they're mixing up play calls, running the ball a couple times with Sanzo Robinson. Then once the defense steps up, has to respect the run, they're throwing the ball.
Underneath to Manning again. He'll stumble out after a 3-yard gain. It's been all Gabriel Manning on this drive. But don't forget they've got Corey Jones and the rookie DJ Hume out there who can also burn you on the outside.
Yeah, they're doing the best to get the ball out to their receivers. Gabriel Manning having the best chance. Just has a big mismatch. He's played in the league for quite a while. Knows exactly how to run routes. Knows how to shake off the corner.
Nickens, again, a nice cut route there, but that one's broken up in the middle. And Eric Surrett, the defensive end, stepping back there to knock that one down. 3rd and 7.
And it's not often that you see a defensive end dropping back, playing pass coverage, but able to position himself in a way where it wouldn't hurt the defense, just puts the ball into the ground and moves on to the next play.
4 wide, 3rd and 7. Ball resting on the London 18-yard line. Nickens, no drop, floats it middle, and it's knocked away. It was a leaping catch attempt by Corey Jones, but the ball was knocked from his grasp by a huge hit. 4th down and 7, and out comes the kicking unit led by Lonzie Chapman.
Yeah, and Tulsa got lucky there. I thought that might be one of those plays where they could have called it a fumble as Corey Jones pulled in the ball, didn't get a chance to make the move, but you've seen it plenty of times in the SFL where the refs are early to pull a trigger, call a fumble so that they can go back and review it on a challenge.
Oh, that every time I watch that hit, I cringe a little bit. That was a massive, massive wallop by Telemax Scarborough. But now, here comes a 35-yard field goal attempt from Lonzie Champion to give the Desperados the lead. High snap, corralled and down, and the kick is on the way. And straight down Main Street from 34 yards as the Desperados have come from 7-0 down to take a 10-7 lead. 4:48 to go, second quarter. We'll be back after the break. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans. Stay with us. Back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the hometown Desperados have taken their first lead of the ball game, 10-7 over the visiting London Knights, courtesy of a Lonzie Champion field goal from 35 yards away. 4:48 to go, first half, in a tightly contested contest. The Knights on the prowl again as they have a 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line.
And Dustin Zeck brings them out to the 24. Great starting field position for the Knights. Now they got to look to get something done here. Got to do something off the good field position they're looking at.
On their own 24-yard line, nobody spread out wide on offset eye behind Angus McLean, who's under center. Heavy in the box, and here comes everybody. And running away from it is Robert Maryland. He gets another block to the outside of the 40, back down to the 50, and the last man brings him down at the Tulsa 49-yard line. Only Kane Vasquez really prevented Robert Merrill from potentially going all the way.
Yeah, Kane Vasquez just saved a touchdown there by the London Knights, able to take the correct angle and get to the sideline, force Robert Merrill to either take the contact or step out of bounds, which obviously Merrill's going to challenge that and see if he can run through the guy.
That was a great play call by London. Everybody on the Tulsa defense just crashed up the middle, and Merrill ran right around the outside and had a clear lane to the left, and he ran all the way into Tulsa territory where they're set up at the 49-yard line. This time, Merrill runs right up the middle and gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at some wide receiver comparisons. Gabriel Manning, 5 receptions, 103 yards. And how about the rookie, Fox Highwind, in his first game, 23 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Angus McLean spreading out the ball really well, but gone to Fox Highwind a few times so far in this game, and he's been able to make something happen each time he gets his hand on the ball.
2nd and 10. McLean with plenty of time in the pocket, but almost throws an interception as that ball was batted away by DJ Majesty, and his linebacking partner, Espen Rael, almost took that one away as we get another look at Rael and Majesty, the fantastic linebacking duo here in Tulsa.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that Angus McLean cannot try to do. Trying to force a throw, see if he can get something done. Did that a lot last season, and it didn't turn out very well for him. So he's lucky that that ball didn't get picked off.
3 receivers to aim at on 3rd and 10. McLean has to step up in the pocket, rolls right, finds Merrill out of the backfield. He's got room to run, and he's almost going to pick up a first down. He's going to be just 2 yards short as Espen Royale came and cleaned that one up as we look at the quarterbacking numbers, McLean and Nickens, and almost a miracle escape there for the Knights, but it is going to be 4th and 2.
Yeah, and Angus playing like a veteran in his 3rd season, able to roll out of the pocket, find his open man, and get away from the pressure, get the ball out, and see if they could even attempt to make the first down, which, as you said, they ended up being short, so Tulsa's going to get this ball back.
Oh, unfortunate bobble there on the gunner, and it's going to come out to the Tulsa 20-yard line. Now, we've praised Angus McLean a couple of times in this first half for his excellent scrambling ability and keeping plays alive, but is it a little bit concerning if you're an offensive coordinator that your quarterback is having to scramble that much in the first half of the first game?
It's definitely a conversation they need to have with their offensive line, see what's going on, and see if there's anything they can fix. But, Angus is smart. He's going to get things done how he needs to.
Robinson crushed to the backfield for a loss of 2. And a nice defensive start for the Knights.
It's been very balanced so far in this game for Tulsa. 27 plays, 14 runs, 13 passes, and they're trying to keep the Knights defense mixed up, not knowing what they're going to do.
Nickens, short middle, caught, gain of 4. That's Manning again, up to the 37. The tackle for loss on the previous play was made by Jeff Gagne, the first-round pick out of Annapolis. Had 70 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and an interception in his minor league career with the Annapolis Navigators. 3rd down and 7. 5 wide, nobody in the backfield alongside Deacon Nickens. Only a 3-man rush for London. And he still has to scramble and throw back across his body, and the pass is caught, but not getting anywhere close to the first down is DeSherry Young, as he will be 2 yards short and a quick 3-and-out for Tulsa. 2-minute warning has been reached to the first half. It's Tulsa 10, London 7, but the Knights are going to get the ball back when we return. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Two minutes to go in the first half of play here from Tulsa. Week 1 Simulation Football League action coming your way from Greenwood District Stadium. I'm Michael Torello. Alongside me is Robert Garrett Jr. We've also got Rochelle Colston and Tom Rahman helping us out with statistics today as well. London down by 3, but has the ball at their own 40-yard line after the return by Dustin Zeck. And we've seen a little bit of a trend coming up, and we'll talk about the quarterbacks in a second. But later today, we've got 3 more games on tap, as Mexico City and Chicago, Queen City in Florida, and Arizona and Lone Star, all mouth-watering matchups to take in on your football Sunday. Offset I, single receiver spread out to the left. 7 in the box for Tulsa, but they only rush 4. Here's a quick out to Merrill. He's got blockers in front of him, but he's actually caught from behind. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison from last season, as these two, Nickens and McLean, were towards the bottom of the league in most stats, but interceptions, the plague of these quarterbacks, and something they're really going to have to try and improve on this year.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks made quite a bit of mistakes last season, trying to right the wrong this season and start out early, but both of them with an interception in this first half of the game.
Quick underneath route to Highwind makes it a 3rd down and 4. They both had similar yardage markers. 34-27 for Nickens, 30-14 for McLean. It's a nice run up the middle. That's Iggy Swift, the fullback, taking his 2nd carry of the game for a 1st down. And here comes some up-tempo offense under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. McLean back to pass, going for it all in a one-on-one coverage, and it's knocked away. He was looking for Dustin Zeck down the field.
And that was a great opportunity for Angus McLean. Take that deep ball chance, see if they can get anything going. But it almost seems like he just might not have enough arm strength to make that throw. Not able to get it there. It looked like it was quite a bit underthrown, and Tulsa was able to make an easy play on the ball.
2nd and 10 from the Tulsa 46-yard line. 42 seconds to go first half. Tulsa with a 10-7 lead. Here's an underneath throw to the far side, and not sliding out of bounds is the receiver. First timeout taken for the Knights as Vin Kalia hauled that one in.
And with 37 seconds left, London's trying to see if they can make it into the end zone. They're at the Tulsa 40-yard line. Not too far to go, but they got to be careful here. They're very close to being in scoring position either way, and they really don't want to risk any points right now.
McLean, a nice little teardrop pass to the near side right, and a nice spin move away from a tackle by Dustin Zeck. Unfortunately, he stays in bounds. London still has 2 timeouts to work with, but they will go up tempo here. They're at the Tulsa 27-yard line. Another 2-step drop, McLean to the far side, and that's Iggy Swift, the fullback, again can't get out of bounds, and they'll burn their 2nd timeout. They are in field goal range, but knowing Liam Crowder like I do, he wants the end zone every single possession.
Yeah, he definitely wants to get to the end zone here. They're at the 26-yard line, 2nd and 9. They still have 17 seconds and a timeout. They can work the field right if they attempt to and make it to the end zone.
3 receivers to aim for. No backs in the backfield, no Merrill on this play. McLean moves in the pocket, hit as he throws. The ball goes to the end zone. It's tipped and intercepted at the goal line by the Desperados. And running it back the other way is number 21, Nate Heslep. And he's going to be forced out of bounds with 7 seconds left up past the 30.
Yeah, and I don't think that Nate Heslep was expecting to get that ball. But when it came to him, he just had the opportunity, stuck his hands out there and pulled in the catch. And that's just a disappointing moment for the Knights getting ready to head into their locker room for half.
And now, with 7 seconds left, does Tulsa play conservative, head into the locker room with the lead, or do they try to bomb one down and try and stick a nail in the coffin here before halftime?
I mean, if you got Gabriel Manning, what are you going to do?
It looks like they're set up to run in an I formation. Here's 7 seconds to go. But Nickens is going to throw. He's going to take the Hail Mary shot, and it's going to be caught by McLean. He's going to the end zone with triple zeros on the clock. How about that for a dagger heading into halftime as Manning turns around and stabs his former team in the back as Tulsa goes up 10.
And I hate to say it, but I called it right before the snap. They're looking at Manning, and they paid him a lot in this offseason to get him in Tulsa. So they're going to take this opportunity. Manning's over there telling the coach, I want this chance to make big plays against my former team. And he showed it right there with a big touchdown to go in up at the half.
He just completely left Marquise Reed in the dust. And if you've been around this league for any length of time, you know that's difficult to do because Marquise Reed's one of the best safeties we've got in the SFL. But Gabriel Manning just made him look silly. Officially, I think it's a 74-yard touchdown. And Tulsa up 10 as we go into the halftime interval. Robert Garrett Jr., you're going to have to calm us all down as we get set for the halftime break.
Yeah, I think, and we've already talked about him, but the big thing to talk about right now, Gabriel Manning, 7 receptions, 180 yards. Deacon Nickens has only completed 9 receptions for 191 yards. So Manning doing all of the work really for the Desperados so far in the passing game. And then Sanzo Robinson doing his part as well. The Knights have got to look to shut down Gabriel Manning like they did early on in the game.
Well, it was a fast start for the London Knights early in this game. An interception by Tanner Hendricks on the opening Tulsa drive set up this touchdown. McLean to the rookie Highwind, his first SFL score. Nice little skinny post there in the end zone. But after that, it was all Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa's defense has definitely stiffened up after letting up that touchdown. Multiple guys with pass deflections, 2 interceptions, a few tackles for loss. Their defense is just getting all over the field and playing hard against the Knights.
Deacon Nickens started the game 0 for 5 through the air, but then he started connecting with his new favorite target, Gabriel Manning. You saw that long catch down the field to set up a touchdown. And McLean moving in the pocket, throwing, and he threw 2 interceptions in this quarter. That one, the first one he threw to Kane Vasquez, and Tulsa continued to pour it on. Gabriel Manning continued to be a threat against his former team, and I'm sure we'll see the big highlight of the first half with no time left on the clock at the end of the half, the 70-yard touchdown pass to Manning. This was the best moment of the first half outside of the touchdown for London with a 30-yard scramble for Robert Merrill, and he probably has been the bright spot on this London offense so far.
Yeah, and I think the other thing to touch on is that interception right there. If Angus was a little more careful with the ball, wasn't trying to get into the end zone so quickly, that interception isn't thrown, and Gabriel Manning doesn't get the chance to score that big touchdown.
And also, if he is a little bit more conservative, at worst, it's a tie ball game right now because London was squarely in field goal range.
Yep, so it's a play that the Knights are probably in the locker room shaking their head at. You know, as you said, they could have had points, and it would have been a tie game at that time. So, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but it's too late now for the Knights, and Tulsa's up 17-7 to start the second half.
The official number from that long Gabriel Manning touchdown, 72 yards from Nickens to Manning at the end of the first half. Thanks to Tom Rauman and Michelle Colston, our amazing stats crew, as we get ready to start the second half of action. Tulsa with the 10-point lead and the football. Gabriel Manning spin move past the 30. What a return there. He is on fire right now.
Yeah, and the way he was moving, I was almost expecting him to break a couple more tackles and be on his way to the end zone. You know, known as a big return man in the past, he has the ability to do it and almost showed it there.
Well, if you're just joining us, where you been? I'm Michael Torillo. Alongside me is Robert Garrett Jr. Second half of action on tap. Tulsa with a 10-point lead, looking for their 3rd straight win over the London Knights and their first time at home ever in this series against London. Nickens pumps, hammered as he throws, but he completes it to Robinson, who shakes off a tackle and gets to the 40 and down a first down to the 42-yard line. That's the definition of taking a hit to make a play.
Yeah, and Sanzo Robinson bailed out Deacon Nickens big time there. Nickens almost takes the sack, just tries to get the ball up to the line of scrimmage. But Sanzo, with his power, able to fight ahead and end up getting the first down for the Desperados.
First and 10, 42-yard line of Tulsa. They're going left to right here in this third quarter, and they're all green with white and red highlights. London in the road, white helmets, white jerseys, red pants with gold highlights. Nickens barreled over for a sack. The second one of the game he's taken. And this time there was no running from Aaron Surratt. A first career sack for the rookie.
Yeah, the rookie stands over Deacon Nickens after the play and does a little bit of flexing. Excited to get his first sack and get a chance to put his name into the record books for the Knights.
Loss of 6, it's second down and 16. Nickens fires far sideline, caught by Manning. And he doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down at 11.
Yeah, Deacon Nickens just trying to find something quick, see if he can get the ball moving a little bit. Goes to his favorite target so far this game with a quick little out route, and as you said, didn't get back to where they're 3rd and 10, but not too far off. 3rd and 11. You got to think they're looking Manning again here on this play.
4 wide on 3rd and 11, and another sack. He was looking to get the ball out after a scramble, but he was chased down from behind by Joe Duncan. A first sack of the season for him, and London will force a punt.
Yeah, Deacon Nickens doing a lot of moving around in the backfield on that last drive. The London Knights defensive line putting on some pressure, making sure he's uncomfortable. And it got the best of him there. Moved around a little bit too much and couldn't get the ball off.
From his own 20-yard line, the punter, Ismailia Farouk, gets it away. Nice punt to the opposing 25. And Justin Zeck only gets it up to the 27-yard line. You can catch the SFL live every July through October and January through April on the weekends and Monday nights at 11 Sports for the fans, and also the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action. All of our social medias are a fantastic follow, and Andy Hamilton and the entire social media team do a fantastic job keeping those up to date. Pressure from behind on McLean, and going backwards is Robert Merrill, and he'll lose 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, and this has been a big problem for the London Knights. Going back into last season, Angus McLean gets a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket when he faces pressure and starts throwing to the running back more and more as the game goes on. Doing it again in this game with Robert Merrill so far.
McLean, pressure in his face again, gets the pass away, and it's knocked down. It would have been a 1st down, but the pass was ripped away, and there was pressure in the lap of Angus McCain again by Berto Demora.
Yeah, and Kane Vasquez, the one to make the play on the ball, put it into the ground, just moving all over the field at that strong safety position. Gets over to the man quickly, makes sure he can't make that catch.
It's been a great day for Vasquez. That is an interception and 6 tackles already to go along with that pass deflection. Now 3rd and 13 as London looks to try and salvage something out of this drive. 8:36 to go, 3rd quarter. They're down by 10. McLean launches it down the field, and it's caught at the 40 to the 30. Running behind the defense is Vincalia. Will anybody catch him? Yes, they will. At the 3-yard line, a touchdown-saving tackle again by Kane Vasquez. That was almost the mirror image of the Gabriel Manning touchdown from about 10 minutes ago.
And you took the words directly out of my mouth there, Michael. It looked picture perfect to what Gabriel Manning did right at the end of the first half, and Vincalia showing that he's able to do the same thing, proving to London that he is their number 1 receiver.
And that is what happens when you get, I wouldn't say Vincalia is a veteran, he's been around 2 seasons, but an experienced NFL player going up against the rookie in Ezekiel Love, who he was matched up on there. Now from inside the 5-yard line, Merrill looking to run right, and he will run right into the teeth of the defense. 2nd and goal from the 3.
And the Knights have to play smart here. You know, they're looking right at the end zone. They can't overcomplicate things. They got to get a score, and they got to put up some kind of points here. It doesn't matter 3 or 7 at the moment. Their lead's not too far off. They just got to find the end zone, so don't stress things.
It's Merrill again, follows his blocker, eaten alive at the 2-yard line. Only a gain of 1. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. And a bit of concern creeping into the London coaching staff. Do you consider throwing here?
Yeah, I think they have to. The Desperados are playing great at the line of scrimmage, plugging up the line, making sure Merrill can't get anywhere. They got to look for something like a slant or a quick out.
They do indeed, and it's dropped by Highwind. He almost had his 2nd touchdown of the game, but it was just that close. Kyron Hill was there to just put him off a little bit, but he should be celebrating right now, safe to say.
Yeah, Kyron Hill did a great job making sure that Fox Highwind knew he was there, made him a little bit uncomfortable, and in the end, Highwind bobbles the catch and it falls to the ground. So London's got to take 3 points, still facing a 7-point lead.
Now a chip shot field goal upcoming for JT Delaney. First action of the game for Delaney besides the extra point from earlier. And that one is up and good from 19 yards. So with 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the third quarter, the London Knights cut into the Tulsa lead a little bit, but the Tulsa Desperados still hold a 17-10 advantage. We're back after the break. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. A JT Delaney field goal cuts into the lead a little bit, but Tulsa holding the 17-10 advantage with just over 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Opening week of Season 15 of the Simulation Football League well and truly underway. 4 matchups today for your entertainment as we take a look at William Davidson, who's already has 2 sacks today, and to go along with his 17.5 from a season ago.
Yeah, William Davidson is the big man in the middle for the London Knights, playing at that defensive tackle, nose tackle position. He is the man to watch when you're running the ball against the Knights, and he's done a pretty good job so far this game.
Nickens, middle, nice grab in traffic, and first down and more up near the 40, down to the 38-yard line as Gagne stops Corey Jones. That's the first catch for Jones in the second half.
Yeah, Corey Jones targeted heavily early on in the game, finally gets his first catch, and immediately gets brought down as he's just surrounded by the Knights. And another big thing there, Deacon Nickens took a big shot right as he released the ball, so hopefully he's not too shaken up, able to come out and continue making plays as he has.
Yeah, another note on William Davidson I'll get to after this. It's 1st and 10 from the Tulsa 38. Deacon Nickens alone to the backfield and pressure coming up the middle. The offensive line went out to lunch and another big sack for the London Knights. And it's going to be a loss of 7 yards. This one coming the way of Zach the Burner Turner, the really highly touted rookie.
Yeah, another rookie for the London Knights making big plays. Have a lot of rookies all over the field, 5 playing on offense, 3 on defense for them this season. And the defensive rookies have been making big plays.
Handoff middle, Robinson only gets 1. The other point I wanted to mention about William Davidson is last season he was 2nd in the league in sacks and tackles for loss. That's 17.5 sacks and 28 tackles for loss. The only player to beat him in both categories was Jeff Duffy of the Queen City Corsairs, and we know how deep the Corsairs ran into the playoffs last season, made it all the way to the quarterfinals.
And the other thing about Jeff Duffy, Defensive Player of the Year, got that award.
3-man rush. Nickens fires down the field, almost throws a pick. He well underthrew Corey Jones, and the ball was in and out of the hand of Brandon Ewing, so it's going to be a 4th down situation for Tulsa. They'll punt the ball away from their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon Ewing there and ready to go. Made the play on the ball easily as Corey Jones was way out of range for that catch.
Ismailia Farouk probably more action than he would have wanted to see today as he punts again, giving the ball back to the London Knights, who now trail by just 7 after their touchdown right before the last commercial break. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and our replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your favorite team's jersey, and visit team stores and libraries of purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net, and just hit the shop button. Robert, those jerseys look amazing across the league. There's not a bad one.
Yeah, they look fantastic. I know I ordered mine, and I'm excited to get it ready to rep the SFL.
Pass knocked away as Kane Vasquez gets another knockdown. Yeah, I am very, very close to ordering my Skyhawks jersey to go along. I probably also need to order some SFL just in general merch for the next convention, which will hopefully be next summer after our convention this year was canceled. 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Offset I at their own 34-yard line. McLean under center. Two-step drop. Floats it to the far side. That is Merrill, and Merrill missed a block and is bowled over after a gain of only 1, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and Robert Merrill stumbled on that play, wasn't able to turn upfield and make a play as he trips over his feet, and about 4 or 5 different desperados came flying in to make the tackle.
3rd and 9. For the 3-man aim for McLean. Moves to the pocket and goes down. There was no way he was avoiding the green wall that came at him through his offensive line. And I think we're going to officially give the sack to Berto Demora.
Yeah, Berto Demora just with speed coming off of that line and a huge hit on the quarterback. Angus McLean at 6'6", 260 is a big boy, and he fell like it.
Both teams trading 3 and outs here in the middle part of the 3rd quarter, trying to find some offensive rhythm. The same offensive rhythm that both teams really had a lot of in the first half. There wasn't many points, but both teams' offenses looked good. But here is Gabriel Manning, and after the break, Tulsa will try to reclaim some offensive momentum. They'll probably get their own 37 when we come back on 11 Sports, and for the fans, you're watching the Simulation Football League. Michael Trevino and Robert Guerra Jr. back at Greenwood District Stadium. We've also got Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston alongside as well. As Tulsa and London are going back and forth, the Desperados have the ball and the lead, 17-10, with 4:15 to go in the 3rd. Handoff, Sanzo Robinson right up the middle for 3 yards. Well, we are only halfway through week 1 of the 15th SFL season, and so much has happened even just in the first 2 days. Let's give you a little bit of a recap on what's going on. Quarterback Brian Dynasty lead the defending champions to a wild win on opening night. Jacksonville beat Vancouver in another wild game. The St. Louis party was crashed by the New Kids on the Block in Louisiana. And then Florida and Queen City, the 2 winningest teams in SFL history, clash tonight. And of course, Vice Wars, the big rivalry out west between Denver and Las Vegas, is tomorrow night to cap off the week.
And what better way to cap off the first week of action than with Vice Wars?
And off middle, Robinson looking for a lane, and he's going to be 2 yards short. And the Tulsa offensive theory has regressed a little bit. It's just in my opinion, because they started the game, Nickens wasn't very accurate, so they used Robinson about 80% of the time in the first quarter. But then in the second quarter, Nickens started to heat up. Now Nickens is cooling off again, and they're going back to mostly Sanzo Robinson. They are on the field offensively on 4th down and 2. Let's see if they snap it here, which they may not. They've got 13 seconds. Oh, they got the jump! It's going to be a free play at a first down, and it would have been a first down anyway, as making the catch right at midfield is Gabriel Manning. Oh, it's that little bit of week 1 jitters there.
Yeah, and the Knights going to be shaking their heads on those ones. All they needed to do was hold still for a few seconds, and they would have gotten the ball back off of a punt, but gets a little excited and jumps off sides, and now Tulsa going to continue moving the ball downfield. And to go back to what you were saying about the ideas behind Tulsa, I almost wonder if they're playing the clock management game at this point. Up by 7, I know there's a lot of time left with a whole quarter to go, but it almost feels that way, just continually giving the ball to Sanzo.
They're confident in their defense then that they may be able to hold London without another score in this ballgame with 2:31 to go in the third quarter. Low snap for Nickens on 1st and 10, moves in the pocket, dumps it short. That's a nice check down over the middle. And it'll be 2nd down and 7 as Marcel Miller brings that one in.
And Deacon Nickens with 235 yards so far in this game, just playing lights out, not really showing signs of the Deacon Nickens of season 14. So I think that they've been working this past offseason and really made sure he gets set up correctly.
Handoff, Robinson loses a yard back to the 46. You're right about that. A season 14 Deacon Nickens running that play would have probably felt the pressure from the backside and tried to throw it down the field, squeeze it into a tight window, and more often than not, maybe throw an interception. Here he stays calm, he moves in the pocket, he finds his check down for a gain of 3 yards. And it really shows progression in the mentality, even in a 6-season veteran like Nickens.
Yeah, now facing a 3rd and long, we got to see what Deacon Nickens is looking to do here.
He steps into the pocket, he throws over the middle, and it's intercepted. He airmailed the ball right to Jack Russell, the defensive captain for this London team. He was aiming for Gabriel Manning, and that time he throws his 2nd interception of the game.
Yeah, he went to the well one too many times with Gabriel Manning there, and London was ready for it. Able to make a play on the ball was Jack Russell, picked that ball off and gives the Knights a chance to go down and score. And you got to wonder if maybe we gave a little bit of commentator's curse on that one, Cirillo.
Check that. That was DJ Hume, the intended receiver, but the result is the same. The London Knights are back on the field offensively at their own 30-yard line, down by 7. And now we'll see if Angus McLean can manufacture a London drive. Handoff straight up the middle on 1st down, goes for 4 yards. The offense has really dried up for both teams in this third quarter.
Yeah, and London looking to get anything going. Actually gives the ball to Iggy Swift there on that play. And, kind of a little bit late to the fullback party as the Knights, but we saw it a lot last season where the 1-2 punch between the running back and fullback can be really effective if you know how to use it.
Definitely saw it down south of the border with Mexico City employing Ray Bentley and Phoenix Jones. Oh, here's Merrill straight up the gut, and he gets almost to midfield, down to the London 48, 1st down for him, and that's 60 yards on the day for Merrill.
Yeah, averaging 6 yards per carry. And just playing good when the Knights need him to. Hasn't been lights out all game, but had some bright spots, and when he's had them is huge.
And talk a little bit more about Kane Vasquez, the safety for Tulsa. He has a pick. He has pass defense. He has tackles for loss. He's got 8 tackles. I mean, he's been all over the field today. 1st and 10. Oh, here's Merrill. He gets a block. He bounces it outside, and he picks up a 10-yard gain and a 1st down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and I think London learned from their mistakes earlier on in the game, slowed the pace down a little bit, play the game through Robert Merrill rather than trying to go through Angus McLean, and really just make Angus make good decisions when he has to throw the ball.
We have reached the end of 3 quarters. 4's up in the chat at twitch.tv/FTF. Next, we head to the final frame of action. The Knights have the ball, down by 7. Will they come back? Find out next. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Fourth quarter on tap from Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Michael Trillo. Robert Garrett Jr. is alongside me in the broadcast booth for this one. Tulsa, a 17-10 lead, 11 minutes to go. Here's Robert Merrill. He's been the main man on this drive, and he picks up 3 yards. Let's take a look at the London Knights as a franchise whole. They were introduced in the winter of 2018. That's season 10. Benji Matson and Jeff Gagne lead their rookie class, and they have established rivalries with Carolina and St. Louis. And the London-St. Louis Eggplant Bowl is one of the premier matchups of every SFL season. Here's Merrill again off the left-hand side, picks up 4 more, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and I said it right before the end of the last quarter. London has looked so far as to if they're slowing down the pace of the game a little bit, and they're looking a lot more comfortable when they do that so far.
A fun fact from Tom Rahman, who is in the stats booth today, along with Michelle Colston. And it's knocked away. Tulsa has not put the ball in Gabriel Manning's hands since halftime, and he was their big yardage getter in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like coming out from the half, London has played a little bit tighter on Gabriel Manning, made sure he doesn't get open, and when he does, they've been able to cover the ball and really just keep the ball out of his hands.
Punt away. Tulsa's going to be deep in their own territory as that's an excellent body control from the gunner there as he's down at the Tulsa 5, deepest starting field position for either team. I did misspeak earlier about the rivalry between London and St. Louis. That's the Fish and Chips rivalry, not the Eggplant Bowl. Later today, we've got Chicago, Mexico City, 3 p.m. Eastern. Queens City and Florida, as I said, that's the matchup of the 2 winningest teams in league history at 5 p.m. And then Lone Star Glory plays their first ever Simulation Football League game as they take on the Arizona Scorpions in our nightcap. Handoff middle, Robinson gets 4. All of those games today on 11 Sports and for the fans, so you do not have to change the channel nor touch your browser. You can just stay with us all the way through the end of the day. We've got 4 football games for you on this Sunday afternoon and evening. 9:35 to go in this one. Tulsa with a 17-10 lead and the football at their own 9-yard line, 2nd down and 6. Here's a delayed handoff. Oh, man, right into the face of the defensive front, Zach Turner, with a huge tackle behind the line, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and Zach Turner, known from the draft wearing the elephant hat. And I think that play there, you could argue that for Tulsa, there was an elephant in the room, able to stand up Sonzo Robinson immediately, and 3rd and long for the Desperados.
It's going to be a run by Robinson, dragged down from behind before he can even get going. He's going to gain 2 yards, but that's it. And a 3-and-out for Tulsa inside their own 10-yard line. London trying to take advantage here in the possession game. Yeah,
and Tulsa's got to be careful here. Make sure their punt team is ready. If London sends some heat here, that it could get a little sketchy for the Desperados.
We'll see what they try to do. They will not bring a blitz, and the punt is clean from the back of the end zone, but it is going to be London ball in Tulsa territory at the 38-yard line as Dustin Zeck returns it. And this is probably the best chance that London has had to score ever since their opening touchdown right at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, this is a great chance for them. And with the slower pace they've been playing in the second half, it's going to work out for them. But they also got to be careful. The more they slow down the game, the less time they have in the long term. With only 8.5 minutes left to go, they could run themselves into trouble.
McLean, push from the backside, steps into the pocket, and goes down again. This has been a relentless source of pressure in the second half from the Tulsa front line. Chris Andrews gets through for his 2nd sack of the game.
Yeah, and I thought maybe Angus McLean was going to try and go ahead and run for a yard or two just to get the ball moving and keep ahead of the chains, but decides to stop, tries to find a receiver again, and gets taken down.
Handoff. Merrill, nice seal block on the outside as he gets going past the 30, down past the 20. He'll be down right at the 20 as he's caught from behind by Kane Vasquez. Probably saved the touchdown there. Robert Merrill, another impressive run. He's still averaging above 6 per carry in this game.
Yeah, Robert Merrill's been running best when he runs like that. If he's able to get a little bit of a head of steam going, it's generally a tackle or two before he gets taken down because the first guy either misses or can't take him to the ground.
McLean fires, end zone. Is that caught within 3 defenders? Fox Highwind, are you kidding me? First and goal to the 2 for London. That's the best catch of anybody in this game.
Yeah, Fox Highwind putting his name on the board early in his rookie season, making big plays for the Knights, and they're just a few yards outside of the end zone. But the key thing to note here is last time they were at the Tulsa 3, they only ended up with a field goal as they couldn't get it into the end zone.
Merrill carries it, tries to cut right and runs into a wall. He'll stay down at the 2.
And there you see some of that rust from not playing running back since season 12 for Robert Merrill. Had a huge hole, could have taken it straight into the end zone, but decided to try and bounce to the outside and ended up running right into a couple of defenders.
The one time they scored from inside the 5 today, they threw it. They're going to throw it again. This time it's Iggy Swift. Oh, and he just couldn't get the ball over the pylon out at the 1-yard line. 3rd down and 1.
Iggy Swift had just a little bit too much momentum going for him, able to pull in the catch and turn upfield, but was too close to the sideline and just crossed the end zone on the wrong side of the line.
Now 3rd and goal. Where do they go from here? They're going to give it to Merrill. He's going to get a block, and he's going to be a half a yard short. No, they call it in. Touchdown, London. Extra point away from tying the game. That was very close.
Yeah, Robert Merrill lucky, able to stretch his arm out, get the ball across that line just a little bit. As I agree, I thought he got laid out just about a half yard short, and the Knights were looking at a 4th down, but the refs disagree, and touchdown for London.
No challenge upcoming for the Tulsa Desperados. Their owner and head coach Dion Hawkins keeping the flag in his pocket, and JT Delaney with the extra point to try and tie this one up. It is up, and it is good. Tie ball game once again. 17 apiece between Tulsa and London. You will not want to miss the finish of this one. It's coming for you next on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Stay with us. 6 minutes and 21 seconds to go here at Greenwood District Stadium. Tulsa 17, London 17. And the return from Manning is up to the 25-yard line. Michael Toretto and Robert Garrett Jr. here for you in a low-scoring but very entertaining game. And we have some interesting offensive numbers for Tulsa to share with you.
Yeah, Tulsa's been very ineffective so far in this second half. Deacon Nickens just hasn't been able to get anything going, and they got to look to figure out how to get the ball to Gabriel Manning or their other receivers.
Nice run by Robinson, 4-yard gain. The actual stats, 21 plays for Tulsa in this second half, 28 total yards, and Nickens only has 30 passing yards in the second half.
Yeah, the Tulsa offense has been night and day from the second quarter to the second half, and they've got to figure out what went wrong and change it.
Handoff, Robinson again stuffed to the line of scrimmage and only gains 1 yard. Fantastic job by the front seven of London to bottle him up. That time it was Eric Surrett, the rookie, and he's really impressed me today.
Yeah, Eric Surrett's been all over the field so far for London, even as a defensive end, getting a pass deflection, and that's something that they're going to continue to build on all season.
Nickens, plenty of time, but now the pocket breaks down, and Nickens goes down. A loss of 6 yards, and guess who it is? It's Eric Surrett. The big man up front, the rookie, gets a sack.
Yeah, and included in that is Deacon Nickens, and the Tulsa offense continues to struggle in the second half as they're looking at a 4th down and another punting situation.
And that last score for London to make it 17-17 hit the over on the over-under for total points in this ballgame. Down to the left-hand corner, you can see the over-under for every game we do. A low snap, and it had to be corralled by Ismailia Farouk. Gets it away to the 40-yard line, and returned up to the 43. That's a reminder of how the community thought this game was going to go. 78% said Tulsa was going to win, and they still might be right, but London has the last 10 points, and they've got the momentum here in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, and Tulsa is a 3-point favorite in this game, so only needs to win by a field goal to cover that, but got to stop London here quickly as time's running out.
McLean under pressure, and down he goes. The defenses are having their way here in the second half. So many sacks. This one attributed to Jaden Swift.
Yeah, Jaden Swift able to get in the backfield quickly, and Angus McLean not doing himself any favors, trying to scramble around in the pocket and find an open man, ends up getting taken down.
Second and 16, McLean under pressure immediately again, has to throw it underneath it. It's incomplete. It was looking for Highwind. Again, pressure in his face immediately as the offensive line for London is struggling to keep up with the defensive front for Tulsa.
Yeah, and the Desperados actually, I believe, got a little lucky there that they didn't get called for some kind of pass interference. Fox Highwind got a little bit tangled up with a couple of the linebackers on that play, which is why he wasn't able to get to the ball.
Third down and 16. McLean throws underneath to Highwind, and Highwind jump cuts the wrong way. Only gets 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and 12 as the teams are trading 3 and outs in a tie ball game with less than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, the rookie trying to get something done, trying to shake his man, and just not able to make the correct moves there as he jump cut backwards and ended up actually losing a couple yards from where he would have been.
Punt on the way by Phil Hunter. Caught by Manning at the 20 and only up to the 23-yard line.
And the Desperados starting out just short of their 25-yard line. They got to get something going here with 3 minutes left to go. They could seal this game if they use their offense correctly.
Or wide on 1st and 10. With 2 tight ends in the formation as well. Nickens floats it, middle, tipped, and incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Jack Russell, who already has an interception this afternoon.
Yeah, Deacon Nickens making a bad decision there. And honestly, I think the Desperados came out in a bad formation. So many receivers on that side all running in what looked to be about the same route. Just didn't have a lot of room to spread out. There were a lot of defenders there.
Nickens back to pass, again floats it down the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Into double coverage was the pass, and Gabriel Manning covered all the way, 3rd down.
Yeah, Deacon Nickens just trying to get the ball deep, and Gabriel Manning not quite fast enough to get to where Deacon Nickens wanted him to be. And unfortunate play as the Desperados now face a 3rd and long.
3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. 3rd and 10. 5 wide for Nickens. He takes a high snap, fires near side, and it is caught by Manning. And the defender falls down. He's got a convoy to the end zone. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to be caught from behind at the 4-yard line. Gabriel Manning almost had a repeat of his touchdown to end the first half, but he sets up Tulsa inside the 5 with a beautiful long catch.
And Jack Russell might go down as the savior for the Knights on that play. Stopped Gabriel Manning from scoring, and it played really well in the season start for the Knights.
DJ Hume was trying to catch up to Russell to try and get a block, but it didn't happen, and now Tulsa sets up at the London 4-yard line with 2:26 to go to try and take the lead here. Robinson's been dominant on the ground today, but he's gotten nowhere near the end zone. Can he do so this time? No. Bottled up and dropped at a loss of 2 yards on a delayed handoff, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and the draw play there by the Desperados didn't work too well as the defensive line for the London Knights got a good push and read the play well.
That is the 2-minute warning. We will take one final break, and when we come back, we'll take you through to the end of this fascinating encounter. It's Tulsa 17, London 17. The Desperados knocking on the doorstep. This is the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Two minutes to go. 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Tulsa against London in a tie ball game. Deacon Nickens fires near side. That's the fullback. Buffalo Marshall, only his 2nd touch of the game, and he gets 2 yards, but it's 3rd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, and the Desperados coming out in the power I formation, not really showing a pass, not having receivers out there. But I wanted to take a look real quick at Gabriel Manning's reception yards from last season, 591 yards. And so far, just in this game alone, 249. I mean, he's already pushing what he had in a season today, Trillo.
It just shows you if you get a receiver in a formation and a team that really works for him, he will show out. Nickens, jump pass, touchdown! Unbelievable! Corey Jones shocks everybody and picks up a score. Tulsa takes the lead again.
And Corey Jones only coming in to that play with one reception on the game, able to get his second one. It's a big one for the Desperados to go up and have the lead.
As you were talking about Gabriel Manning, London had 3 players around number 18 in the end zone, leaving Corey Jones wide open. And what a veteran play for Deacon Nickens to step up in the pocket, jump past it right to the end zone, right where his man is. And the extra point is up and good from Champion, and we have a 7-point game again with under 2 minutes to go, and now it's back on the London offense to try and salvage something.
Yeah, and this is where it gets shaky for the Knights. Angus McLean, known under pressure to have issues and throwing the ball, and they got to look for him to make the plays he needs to make this drive to keep them in the game.
Next week, the Tulsa Desperados are at Chicago to face the Wildcats. And the London Knights stay in the U.S. They play the Louisiana Revolution, and that's a really interesting matchup with Louisiana. A lot of storylines because the ownership group of the Revolution and also a lot of players were former Knights 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, Louisiana and London have a lot of ties between each other, and it's going to be fun to see that matchup that's going to be full of emotion.
And that game coming for you next week. Low snap, McLean fires over the middle, tipped in the air and almost intercepted. Nate Heslep so close to putting the nail in the coffin here. Vin Kalia let that one skip off of his hands.
Yeah, Vin Kalia made a great attempt to try and catch that ball, laid out and really stretched himself to see if he could get it, but Nate Heslep playing great defense, able to run at the ball and make a play on it.
Well, London's offense has been pretty efficient today. Their deep play threats have been like one play deep. Here's McLean, deep, caught a man. Fox Highwind up near midfield, and just as I say that, a big play for the Fox. It is his birthday today. He already has a touchdown. He wants to contribute more to this London team in his first SFL game.
Yeah, and you touched on it earlier, but Fox Highwind, as a rookie, already making veteran plays, goes up and gets the ball on a really good safety in Kane Vasquez to continue marching downfield for the Knights.
And that was a nice read by McLean as well. Caught Cameron Shaw in a quarter blitz, and it left Fox Highwind wide open on the left-hand side. Now 1st and 10 for London at the 47-yard line. Their own 47. 1:39 to go in the ball game. McLean flushed, tapped. A huge loss of 10 yards all the way back to the 37-yard line. Up-tempo offense coming out.
Angus actually stepped up right into the pressure. He had plenty of time back where he started his drop. Tried to get into the pocket a little bit more and ran into that defensive end.
Check down. Iggy Swift tackled for another loss. 3rd and 21 now as they burn their second timeout. And this Knights offense is going the wrong direction at the most critical time in the ballgame.
Yeah, the Knights facing a 3rd and forever right now, 21 yards to go. And their offense has got to try to do something that's going to catch the Desperados off guard to get this.
McLean, middle, picked off. Nail in the coffin. And it's the main man on defense, Kane Vasquez. He's been everywhere today. He's got his second interception. And Tulsa may just have a season-opening victory.
And that was just a rough play overall for London's offense. Really a great throw by Angus McLean. Found an open receiver, but good safeties work as Kane Vasquez did. Able to come up, make a play on the ball, and pick it off, take it the other way. And now Tulsa's at the London 30 with 1:11 seconds left to go.
Are in kneel down range. The coaching staff has done the math. They do not need to take another offensive snap. And the Tulsa Desperados will go home with a third straight victory over the London Knights, now 3-0 all-time against the team from the United Kingdom. They will win this one 24-12.
Yeah, and a big thing here for London is they can't get down on this loss. They played a great game of football, and just unfortunately, playmakers make big plays, and that's what Tulsa did here in this game.
If you've liked what you've seen today in this game, do not go anywhere. Don't change that channel. Don't touch that browser, because the next SFL game is coming up. 3 p.m. Eastern. Mexico City hosts Chicago. A new-look Aztec offense without Ray Bentley for the first time in a long time. We'll see how the Aztecs handle that. And it's also a rematch of the Season 9 championship game. At 5 p.m. Eastern, it's the two winningest franchises in SFL history as Florida Storm take on the Queen City Corsairs. And then on the nightcap, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Lone Star Glory open their franchise history against the second-year Arizona Scorpions in the Fan Night game of the week. We've got games on Monday night for you as well. 7 p.m. It's the Battle of the Carolinas as the Carolina Skyhawks visit the Charleston Predators. And then to round off the week, it's one of the best rivalries in the game. It's Vice Wars as Denver hosts Las Vegas at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday night to cap off Week 1. We have hit the final whistle here from Greenwood District Stadium. It was a wild one, a close one, and the Desperados hang on, and they move to 1-0 with a 24-17 victory over the London Knights.
Yeah, the Tulsa Desperados, obviously their offense got going in the second quarter, kind of fizzled out again until the fourth quarter when they needed to get things done, and that was really on the hands of Gabriel Manning. 8 receptions for 249 yards, averaging 31 yards per reception. And, London's defense did the best that they could, but couldn't get things going there, even with Eric Surrett's 2 sacks on the day.
We'll be taking a look at some of the highlights from this amazing game. There's been a lot of great games this weekend. I guess this one is up right there with the best of them. You can see Gabriel Manning and DJ Hume and Corey Jones torching the London secondary, although both quarterbacks threw 2 interceptions, so nothing is perfect in either camp going into the week of practice. We'll see how they bring out next weekend against their opponents. A big bright spot today for the London Knights was Robert Merrill. He was a big question mark coming into the season, and he put up a great game in his first game at running back since Season 12.
Yeah, and even with the couple turnovers that Angus McLean had, really played a great game of football. 24 for completions for 225 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he's doing the right things. They just got to fine-tune a couple things on offense, and they're on the right path.
Great game, fantastic game. Defensive player of the game is Cain Vasquez, and he may make a case for overall player of the game. 2 interceptions, a lot of tackles, a lot of pass deflections. The player of the game is Gabriel Manning. Of course it is, because number 18 likes to steal the show, and with good reason. 266 and a touchdown, but a long pass completions down the field for Manning today. That'll do it from Greenwood District Stadium. For Cameron Irvine, who has been behind the scenes all day today, Rochelle Colston and Tom Ramadan Stats, Robert Garrett Jr., my co-commentator today. I have been Michael Trillo saying so long, and stay tuned for more SFL action on 11 Sports and For the Fans.